Alright everybody, welcome back. Time to battle. Let's play game number 1. Alright, so we're up against Gluttony Anivia, another resurgence due to no cards. Yeah, I think we'll keep Ballistic Bot Aphelios here. Ballistic Bot, pretty straightforward.
Nothing escapes my watch. Safety disengaged.
Alright, so what do we want to do here the most? Honestly, I think we just play another Ballistic Bot and Ignition. And you could also go for Aphelios or Dredger, but not sure if I want to attack with those into the 2-1, and the Ignition damage and growing these quickly actually is quite meaningful here, I think.
Join me if you want to live.
Plus, we actually deal like 1 extra combat damage this way, because even if he blocks, he takes 2 instead of 1, where when we play Aphelios or Dredger, he will just block the bigger one. And then probably finish them off with the deal 1. And him killing one of the Ballistic Bots seems fine, given that we have the second one still for Dredger and Aphelios. Yep. Alright, good that we have that still.
System upgrade.
Alright then.
I'm ready. Hey, take it to the gun show.
I think the weapon here, once again, as mentioned, especially in a matchup like this, is gonna be Crescendum. That's an interesting direction. Haven't seen that one before in that matchup. Oh yeah, I guess we just attack with this. Just gives him the opportunity to gain 2 spell mana if he wants to, but I think it's worthwhile anyway. Maybe I should have also attacked with Ballistic Bot, but probably not.
Can you improve perfection?
Forever watchful.
That's actually kind of neat. I can do this, and then this. Which is pretty decent. That's a really nice roll.
System upgrade.
I do think we have to attack here
Solve or die.
With the Knight's Embrace.
due to the threat of sweepers.
You delay my masterpiece. But it's not ready yet.
we can get rid of this way. Can also technically get rid of it with like double Mystic Shot, but I don't think we need to protect these. Like, Aphelios is better than gifts from beyond anyway, so I'm fine with that. That is annoying. I think I'm fine with doing this. See if we find a guiding touch. Or a Apex Gate, that also works.
That would mean
There is the guiding touch, but we won't use that now.
Blessings of the moon.
Okay, I think I might want to get rid of this and this. Oh. Yeah, I suppose that's reasonable.
Can see the Devastian border from here.
Calibrum. The Ezreal is free Ezreal. That's okay. Huh. Don't think we want to draw a card here. Because chances that we can't cast it are fairly high. I think I'd rather play unit here. Aphelios probably. And once again we get Crescendum.
Darkness falls. The moon rises.
And same game again.
A crescent path opens before us.
We could technically even level Aphelios here. I think I'm fine with getting rid of Bean here. Good thing we have so many resources.
Embrace the
Another
moon,
Crescendum.
Aphelios.
Give me a goat.
Crescendo.
Yep, nice. Maximum damage, maximum effort. Nice.
Come on in.
Perfect target. And leveled up Aphelios. Let's go.
Now we must walk it.
We already walked through like through like 2 ruinations and we're still like going like crazy. Have like way more cards than your opponent. Way more health, way more everything. Basically. Alright, so what do we want to do here and how? Interesting question. I guess we can do this.
Find peace in the quiet felt. It's
And
just
I
us.
suppose We should get a weapon if we do this, I think, so... We'll do this. Yep, there we go. This is what I had in mind. So... I think this is better. And I suppose Ezreal.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
So we're not looking so bad here. All in all. Could actually level Ezreal, which is neat. So let's do that. And also put this into like Aphelios range.
Snow, wind, and ice.
I guess that allows him to attack, right? But yeah, all in all, we're looking pretty decent here still. Alright, so... First things first.
Protect this place.
And it still looks like that should do the trick. Given that we have Christendom. I think I'll actually go for this here, as weird as it might sound. Since he might have like a tier 1 or something to not die, plus we have like the burst kill next to him anyway.
Warm hearts and hot soups.
Move sure as the moon, brother.
Good way. Picking apart an Anivia deck with an Ezreal deck has never looked easier.
Feel the moonlight's warmth.
Because that's normally pretty rough, but this deck might just be able to do it well enough because Aphelios is such a monster. And drawing 3 Aphelios is certainly helps on that front. So yeah. Pretty nice showing of what the game is capable, the deck is capable of in like sort of a longer, grindier game against something that's normally a bad matchup for Ezreal. And to be fair, it might still be a bad matchup. It's not like I have tested the matchup a lot, but a game like this certainly looked a lot more impressive than what you're normally used to from Ezreal decks in a matchup like this. And Gravitum, for example, is pretty nice at gaining momentum and sort of controlling Anivia without wasting a lot of resources on her, which we saw can be a big deal, and stuff like that. Or in this case, we used it to sort of virtually remove a Rekindler and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty nice first game, I would say. Let's jump right into the second one. So seems like we get a rematch to get a bit more of an impression of how this usually goes. And yeah, I think we'll just keep these two again. It's the robot though.
Get out there.
Yeah, I don't think we want to attack into that for various reasons.
Disengage.
I think once again we'll do this over other options. Although Ezreal is kind of a close call here, given that it would allow us to kill this next turn for free.
System upgrade.
Oh, kind of weird that the rematch, kind of the first 3 turns play out exactly the same as the last one. We have a lot of improbulators here, which is nice. And I do think I like this line here quite a lot. Because that suddenly makes these really awkward for the opponent.
Alert the village.
Alright.
Can you improve perfection?
I guess he probably has a grasp or vengeance that he will use once we attack.
If you want to live.
No. I guess he was waiting for us to use an ignition. That was an interesting consideration to just pass, honestly. And maybe that's correct. Especially given that it kind of leaves him in a similar situation,
System
except
upgrade.
that it wastes his mana. Yeah, we'll play this and then Aphelios.
Rise, metal brethren.
Do we? Actually, I think I like playing an Ezreal here more.
Let's see all.
Aphelios is actually better than Ezreal for us here, so we have 2 Ezreals, so I'd rather want to like bait some answers with Ezreal first. Once again, I could have considered passing with 4 mana. That wouldn't have been the worst idea in the world.
Prime and ready.
Watch and learn.
That went surprisingly well.
The spirit of
Did not see that one coming. So, a couple of interesting options here.
I know you're thinking and stuff, but could you maybe speed things up a little?
Huh.
Disengage.
Sure.
So,
System upgrade.
I suppose he doesn't likely have a ping, so I'm not gonna play around it too aggressively here. And we just shoot this so we can kill it next turn. Might have a rekindler, so... Be that as it may, we at least have like Mystic Shot plus Improbulator potentially to kill that before it can attack. That's alright.
I will be reborn.
Makes Ezreal a bit more awkward, but all in all, not a big deal.
Safety disengage.
we're getting firmly into burnout territory, which I sure like. This is kind of what I was talking about and expected. So I think the line here probably has to be this. This, also for tempo basically.
Firing!
Rest in ice.
That light flickers.
I guess I don't think I really care about blocking this. I'd rather get another ignition next turn for Get Excited. Or for the opponent's face, depending.
Can you improve perfection?
Yep, yep. We are not exactly looking bad here.
That's dangerous. I'm in.
Join the conflagration.
No. Affirm, no. And affirm, die in a fire. Actually, that doesn't work. So I guess we'll just work our way through it then. Instead. Alright, so I think we can technically level this, but I don't think we want to. Or do we? Nah, I don't think we want to. Given the damage we are holding.
Charge!
And once again, I think Crescendum over Calibrum makes sense here.
Aphelios.
What will you have?
Opponent is trying. Let's work towards a Calibrum first, I think.
Crescendo.
Nice. Sure.
Come back next time.
Neat. Alright.
I'm ready.
Move towards the moon, brother.
Safety is
Okay,
engaged.
so how do we want to play this? I think we kind of... Do we want to attack here? I mean, we don't really have to, right? So We have pretty good reload if he decides to Ruination, and if he doesn't, he's in kind of a bind. Alright then.
System upgrade.
Let's do this. That probably forces a Ruination, if I had to guess. A Harrying, okay. That is fairly unexpected.
This is our time.
I mean, we can level this. Not sure if that's what we want. The amount of Anivias happening here is uncomfortable to say the least.
It's just us.
I suppose at this point we kind of don't really want or need this anymore. We just kind of need to try and burn out the opponent. We might actually lose now. This defensive harrying was very strong. And we might have missed a window to try and burn out the opponent.
The Freljord's eternal guardian.
I'm ready. Join me if you want to live.
For my homeland.
Well, I mean, since everything is dying anyway,
In the fall.
we might as well. I guess can do this. Try and find lethal, I suppose. But yeah, I think this is kind of over. So close, yet so far. I mean, if he has literally 0 health gain and we roll a bot, we can deal exactly 8, but we both didn't roll a bot, and it's very unlikely that he has no way of stopping any of it. Yep. I think we can concede here. Alright. This is the other way it can go. Multi-Anivia harrowing is pretty devastating. Alright, on to game number 3. Wait a moment. So we don't re-queue into the same person again. We managed to queue into a different opponent, and it's an aggro deck, so a nice test of what's going on the other end of the spectrum. Not sure why Pirates is suddenly seeing a resurgence. Seen a couple of those lately, but yeah, they are for some reason.
Finger on the trigger.
I think I actually don't mind just Mystic Shotting this, mitigating, like minimizing damage. Every damage counts.
There's plenty of killing left.
Then we have our Mock Goat against this annoying fella. And I get excited for
Fortune favors
this
the
Missy.
bold.
Yeah, I think
Who's that you got
pretty
there?
easy attack here. Then I get excited on her. Enabled as a result. So yeah, we need to do this.
Guns blazing.
And then actually supposed to this. This probably won't be punished. Yep, that went okay. 2 damage taken in total so far. Tri-beam is slowly growing. Board is stable, we're looking pretty alright. That certainly helps.
Perfection, meatbags. Fuse is lit.
And guess this. I actually think in this situation that beam is probably just pretty reasonable. Because we are not that good at growing it right now and gives us solid board presence here. Gangplank is looking a bit problematic, but if he had a Gangplank he probably would have slammed it here, so that's good. That's a really good roll. Damn.
I'm one of the good guys.
Forcing Misfortune to trade here is really good for us. Don't think he can take that.
My kind of party.
Nice.
Just borrowing.
Prime and ready.
Ah, there's another one.
Safety disengaged. Join me if you want to live.
Everyone's got a secret.
Alright then. Let's get rid of those. They're only gonna attack me once, not twice. The static shock actually does a lot here.
System upgrade. Can you improve perfection? Rise, metal brethren. Coming in hot.
I think we have to go for Calibrum here over Crescendum.
Stronger your shadow.
Although actually it's kinda close.
Explosives primed.
Interestingly enough, I think it's actually better to shoot this.
System upgrade.
Since this guaranteed deals 1 damage on attack, while this does the damage anyway, whether we kill it right now or later, while this only does 1 if we let it attack once. So for like damage minimization, that's a better target. And I suppose we do this to get a Gravito. And then these die, and we're looking pretty okay. And then work on getting a Severum.
Let's get it, crew.
Shoot that while it's still around before it makes babies.
Got something for him.
I suppose we need to want to do this. I guess no damage is no damage is no damage. And then we just
So good,
win
I
the game.
surprised myself. Don't blink, or you'll miss me.
Once I stamp papers, now faces. I'm getting dodgy as just me. Can you improve perfection?
Darkness hiding
Severum.
Safety is engaged. Humanity is obsolete.
Alright, dude. Slapping time.
I am with you.
Can you improve perfect? Lock the doors.
Easy game, easy life. That was quite the convincing takedown.
Easy. Like my name.
Alright, 2-1. Got one more to go. And yeah, we at least got the LP back there we lost. So let's go for the fourth and final game and see if we can take that down as well. Alright, so we are up against Go Hard, it seems. I think I'm fine with keeping Get Excited against, like, Elise, given that he's on 2 Elise.
I'll burn for what I've done. The dead don't need riches.
Alright, so taking the damage.
Once I stamp papers, now faces.
And since we are on even, we
There's
can
nothing
actually
to
like
fear.
deal with Elise before she does too much annoying stuff, basically.
Can you improve perfection? Time to get rich.
I was about to say, please do something before you attack. Thank
Don't
you.
know much, do ya?
Still a bit annoying because we probably gonna take 4 here, but not much we can do about that.
The dead don't need riches.
But we have a decent open attack killing the keg. Or this happens, which is also fine given that we have guiding touch, so not exactly worried.
Primed and ready.
Yeah, I think I actually wanna ignition here so this becomes a 2 attack unit.
Join me.
And then have, like,
if you
guiding
want
touch.
to live.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
System upgrade.
That's nice because it allows us to protect us.
So ordinary.
I think we kind of gotta mitigate the damage we take as much as we can. Since the opponent has a lot of mana, we can just pass here without doing anything. As expected. That's a pretty nice play, so we can actually follow up our line and use our mana efficiently. Get more value for our damages next time.
Perfection, meatbags.
That's pretty nice.
True perfection.
Um, and once again, Crescendum over
Aphelios.
Calibrum, so we get Calibrum next turn. Especially since this isn't dying that easily in a matchup like this. And I think I'm fine with holding on to Beam for now. Against the one-off Gangplank and
Crescendo.
whatnot. Plus it allows us to get extra value like this. But yeah, things are getting a bit dicey here.
Progress.
You got legs. Use them.
Red card incoming potentially.
I'm ready.
Keep up, keep up.
Alright. A bit too early, unfortunately. Guess we want Silverum next turn.
Safety disengaged.
See as I see.
Sure.
Let's do this.
Alright. I think that was the third. Yeah, that was the third.
Prime and ready.
That's a bit awkward, but not a big deal. So I guess first things first. Let's shoot this.
Now I pack a punch.
That's annoying. Good thing we have Severum to gain. I guess we play Ezreal and beam something for one.
Don't blink or you miss me.
We're still in kind of a precarious situation here.
Remake. Check me out. I don't miss.
We live here.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
Alright. Okay, so
Through the coral.
Guess we can do this and this. Huh. I guess that's all we can do, right? Oh, I guess we can like say Verum this to gain health to not die to like a Doom Beast for 3, which is pretty interesting. Oh, that's not cool. I guess we can shoot the powder keg with the tri-beam. Awkward.
A game. Go on then.
Hanging in by the... They are by the skin of our teeth, pretty much. Oh, that's nice. I think I'd rather make the... Actually, I think we're fine with doing this first. And then trying to make a big unit with civilian. Neat.
The brighter my light, the stronger your shadow.
Never lost a fair game.
I see.
Soak it in.
Annoying. But I guess we are working on it.
Reach out, Aphelios.
That's pretty important.
I don't check
I'd argue.
but I can see it.
Crescendo. Together, brothers.
Nice.
We will make death holy.
Lady Luck is smiling.
This is a no-fly zone.
Alright. Do I want to risk my Aphelios here? Probably not, right? Nice try. Got there, and now we could have just leveled Aphelios basically. It's pretty weird, once again, that leveling up Aphelios made him forget that we already played a spell. Because normally the first spell would have been Crescendum and the second would have been Hush, so we should have gotten a weapon, but yeah. I think that should be a bug and hopefully will be fixed. Because that's normally not how it's supposed to work, I think. We had a similar bug with Lee Sin where when he would level up from your second spell that turn, he suddenly wouldn't get barrier. While also leveling up. So that seems like the same kind of bug, just on a different card. But yeah, 3-1. My overall record right now, I think, is 12-6 with the deck, so pretty solid, like 2/3 of my game. And I'm still like trying to get the hang of the deck and figuring out the details. Other people have been really enjoying the list on Twitter and have been reporting good results. So I think this deck is here to stay, and I honestly think there's actually not a whole lot of room for like changing the deck. I think the deck mostly builds itself, since the Ezreal sort of skeleton for this type of Ezreal Impopulator deck has already been figured out, and this is just a different variant of it. So it's actually pretty easy to build. But yeah, let me know how it goes for you, how you like it, if you have any thoughts. I think the deck's really cool and pretty powerful. Aphelios is quite the beast. He almost kind of makes Ezreal look a bit puny, and is kind of like the star of the deck more so than Ezreal now, in a weird way. So yeah, and I'm still open to the possibility that for some reason, I don't know, Heimerdinger or Vi or something are better. We will probably see a couple more Aphelios decks. I think Aphelios might be the new go-to way for Lee Sin decks, so we might see Aphelios Lee instead of Zoe Lee, because Aphelios adds a lot more value, flexibility, and utility, while also Severum and Infernum, especially Infernum, work really, really well with Lee for obvious reasons, making it a lot easier for Lee to kill, to a point where you could even consider running only like 2 Zenith Blade, or maybe even trying to like not run any Zenith Blade at all and free rolling it off of Infernum, for example. Especially if maybe instead of Zenith Blade you want to run Gift, the new Aphelios spell that always gives you a one-time Zenith Blade for the kill, but also gives you other tools, despite Gift being a bit clunky otherwise. But it also helps your Aphelios level up, so that's an interesting direction. It's still noteworthy that Zenith Blade being a permanent buff and giving 2 health matters quite a bunch. Like a 2/5 Eye of the Dragon can be really annoying early game. Making a Sparkle Fly a 2/4 base and then adding gems to it does a lot of work. So Zenith Blade isn't without its uses, but for example, maybe it might be worthwhile to go down to 2 if you have Aphelios and stuff like that. I'll probably be exploring that on future streams and see how that goes, especially because Lee seems like one of the better decks against this deck. Unlike a lot of other options, which actually don't seem that great. Lee positioned against this deck due to its raw power and flexibility. Alright, that's all my thoughts for now. There are a couple more things, like there's this Aphelios Twisted Fate deck that Josh Utterlayton has been posting and messing with. I looked at that concept, if you remember, on my last stream, but didn't really come to any conclusions, end up in any list that convinced me. But his list looks like a good skeleton, like a good direction for the deck, and I'll see if the deck is all he cracks it up to be, or if it's just solid. I could totally see Aphelios Ezreal just being better, but he has been very impressed by it, and I have a lot of respect for Josh, aka Reptero, in terms of deck building and deck evaluation based on his track record. So I'll definitely see how they stack up in comparison to each other and stuff like that. And I'll also probably try and get some more deck techs your way with various decks that either have updates or I haven't covered in the last month or 2. Alright, that's again for this time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel to not miss out on future content. And as usual, comment, share it with your friends. Everything helps feed the algorithm. So thanks for your support. I'm your host ManuS. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.